All right, there we go. It says we are live. All right, we live. So what's up with you guys? It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching, man. Okay, there we go. We should be up on everybody now. We should be up on everything now. All right, if you can, fellas, just give me a lookout on your individual platforms, and we'll make sure we get this thing going like it's supposed to be playing, like it's supposed to be going. Let me see if we're up on Facebook. Looks like we're up on all the platforms. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So we good now. So we should be rocking
We
and
good.
rolling. We should be
Rocking
Gucci
and
now.
rolling.
Everybody Gucci. Everybody Gucci. Everybody
Gucci.
Gucci.
Gucci. Gucci.
All right, I'm more Louis Vuitton if you don't know. If you know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But hey man, hey, salute to everybody that's on here, man. Hey, we had to listen to me. These fellas on here all have jobs. They all have kids. They all have responsibilities, and they're gonna take out an hour of their day to make sure that you guys get content. We gotta make sure that it always goes on their platform. So that's the reason why the show crashed. Why? Because we have to make sure that these guys get credit for the content that they're putting out there. You feel me? You feel me? Like you do the job, you wanna get your tax return, right? All right. Well, this is how they get their tax return, by making sure it's up on their platforms. So yo, let's go ahead and get into it, man, because we got an hour of cowboy content with you, man. I got the three amigos of cowboy content, man. That's my boy, Boss Cowboy, and my cousin Henny HTM Sports, my boy Henny. I'm so used to calling him Henny. But he goes by HTM Sports, man. And yo, we about to jump right into this, man. I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna do a SS real quick, meaning I'm gonna say what's up to everybody that's saying what's up to me, real briefly, so we can get through that. And then after that, immediately after that, we are literally jumping straight into the content, man. So I appreciate everybody for watching, and I appreciate everybody who came back when we crashed a couple minutes ago. So thank you guys. So yo, let's go ahead and look at it. What's Miss Rita? I see you, Miss Rita. Appreciate you for tapping in. Miss Rita Frost, you've been watching me for a minute, man. You've been supporting for a minute. I appreciate you. Who else we got over here on Facebook? On Facebook, we got Craig. Hey, what's up, Craig? We got Roger Smith over here. We also got who else we got up here? Roger Smith. We got Miss Rose. Appreciate you, Miss Rose. Terry, J. Rod Miller. What's up with you, sir? And we got more Craig. Appreciate you, Craig. And then my boy Justin Bandu. What's up, my boy? Hey, Brandu. Is it? Am I saying that last? J. Rod Miller. Am I saying that right? Somebody. I can hear somebody. I can hear noise.
That's me. I'm getting it off.
What's up, Kenny? What's up, Kenny? What's up with you, Smith? Appreciate you, my boy, for what? Hey, I just be nervous. I be thinking it's a commentator. If it's my voice, I won't get so nervous. But when I start hearing that, like if I think it's gonna be like a commentator, you know how it is, boss. Your stream will instantly disappear off the internet. You know what I'm saying? Roger Smith, what's up with you? Miss Rose, I appreciate you too. Hey, we had about 150 people up here when we first went live. I need you guys to share this content aggressively again so we can find all those people and let them know that West Coast Boss Cowboy and HTM Sports, that we are live and we are open for business and ready to talk cowboy talk, if you know what I mean, man. So let's go ahead and get right to it, man. Hey, let's just jump into it, man. I think I want to low key start this off a little different, because I know the name of this show was supposed to be, is Jalen Hurts playing, but obviously I want to talk about what kind of happened in the media today with Shady McCoy. I would play the video, but they have a copyright claim on it, so I ain't even messing with it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But you got listen to me. You've already heard the video. You've already heard what he said. Like, if you're a Cowboy fan and you're not living under a tree, you heard what Shady McCoy said. You know what I'm saying? He said your quarterback was ass. He said that your quarterback was average. He said he was above average, and he said he was below average, all in 3 minutes. All in 3 minutes. Like, he just didn't know what Dak was. He just went for the trifecta. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he is, he ain't good. You know what I'm saying? He said he was ass. Then after he talked a little bit, and 15 seconds later, then he was above average. Then he was average. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Shady, which one is it? But I know this. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I actually made a video on it. Got about 8,000 views on it. So this is what I'm gonna do. Since y'all supported my video, y'all know what I know about it. I want to know what these fellas. Henny HTM, I'm gonna let you start, man. What is your thoughts on what you heard about what was your thoughts today on what Shady McCoy said? And then Boss Cowboy, you can chime in as you chime in, my brother.
Yeah, man. It was a baseless claim. But I expect that from him because he's lazy. Like, when you compare him to even a guy like Acho, like, you ain't got to agree with the stuff that Acho says but he actually puts in the work to come up there each and every day. And he has statistical information and analytics and everything else at his disposal to back up the claims and the arguments he's trying to make. Same thing with David Hillman. So like he's not good at his job. Like I don't give a damn. He was a great, I say he was a all decade running back, but he is a piss poor analyst. And then that's just the bottom line of it. Because to go out there and call Dak Prescott ass since 2016 when he became the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, he's top 10 in passing touchdowns, top 10 in passing yards, is fourth in wins, is fifth all time in completion percentage, eighth all time in touchdown to interception ratio, and if that's in NFL history altogether. A guy like that is not ass. A guy like that is at bare minimum a top 10 quarterback. So the fact that he even went up there and disregarded like undebatable, unequivocal fact is mind blowing. But I expect that from him because he is ass at his job.
Boss, what's your thoughts?
I don't never even watch them dudes. So whenever I hear about this stuff, I hear about this stuff from other people.
That's
I
different.
never, ever watch them dudes. Like, it's like, why would I watch a movie when I know how it's going to end? Because all of them play the same game. It's going to always be a super crazy, over the top antagonist against the Dallas Cowboys because sports media is now just corporate capitalism. It's not about even facts. It's about whatever's going to cause y'all to watch, we go see it. And what's going on is that it's a massive amount of people that hate the Dallas Cowboys. So for business, they go always have somebody placating to that hater crowd. That hater crowd just want red meat. So I'm still trying to figure out why people that watch us would ever even spend a second watching them. You might as well spend all your time on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram where Boston Cowboy, West Coast, and Henry the Moore is. Honestly, because we ain't gonna give you that type of stuff. Why even piss yourself off knowing that you're gonna hear that from Shannon Sharp, something crazy, Skip Bayless, something crazy, and that it's gonna be two people on every show that's gonna be talking like Shady, you know? And it's just what it is. So like, I never get in my emotions about it because I know what they gonna do. It's the same thing. Dak will have his best game ever, and they go turn around and call it average. They've been doing that for 7 years.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So it's just, it's just what it is. It's like I'm waiting on us to wake up and say I want Cowboy Nation to really protest with their eyeballs. Show them that we got power. Don't give them your views.
Right. I think the only difference about this was there were actually people that had to speak out against what the hell he was saying. You had Tony Dungy questioning what the hell he had going on with what you're talking about. You had other people in the media, his peers, sort of reprimand him for his take. So I think that was the only difference in this.
No, that's a big difference to say that dude ass, and that was literally one of Dak's best games. But a lot of people just like Shady, bro. Like I was talking to the Philly dudes when I had that, competition against them guys. All of them was almost talking the exact same. It was the same foolishness. It was Dak being a 7-year quarterback. When he gonna take them over the hump? It's like, dog, Dak don't take nobody over the hump by himself. The only thing I expect Dak to do is play the best when it's time for him to play the best. And out of the 4 playoff games that he played, only one of them was average. The rest of them, he did way more than enough to win. As long as he's doing that, that's the standard that any intelligent person should hold him to, not these old fairy tale things like quarterbacks supposed to take people over to the promised land, like they can coach, like they can play defense, like they can punt, like they can be the kicker. It's so much that's out of a quarterback's hands to put it all on the quarterback is frankly just foolishness.
Yeah, right. And I'm gonna tell you something I kind of realized after really listening to that interview is this, man. I think Shady McCoy is one of those guys that's like he's no, listen to me. This is what I gotta realize. This is what fans gotta realize. And this is the narrative that they've pressed on us for so long. And that is just because you do something, that means you're an expert at it. That doesn't necessarily mean true. You don't know why? Because Magic Johnson, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, is a horrible basketball coach. It doesn't necessarily mean it translate. Ask any Laker fan, do they want Magic Johnson coaching their team? You know what they're going to say? Hell no. because he wasn't good, bro. He didn't. I think Magic made it 14 games with us before they was like, yeah, we're not gonna fire you. You're just not gonna be the coach anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Same thing with Michael Jordan.
yeah, exactly. Same thing with Michael Jordan. Like, do you want Michael Jordan coaching your team? No. Do you want Michael Jordan on your team? Yes. Two different things, right? So it's the same thing with these color commentators. Like, we automatically assume that because someone played football and because they were really good in football, then that when they get on TV, that their compliments or their criticisms or their upliftings of players are a little more legitimate because those are their peers. But you got to remember, these aren't Shady McCoy. These aren't Shady's peers. Shady ain't played football in almost 2 years. Those were his peers 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? These are just guys now that he's looking at the game and he's evaluating he's evaluating what he sees. Now I'm gonna tell you something. What I think ESPN also need to learn, or if it's whoever the show is on, because I don't even watch the show, but whatever show that they're on, you know what they also need to understand is this. Just because someone played the game does not mean that they're not biased against the teams that they played and the organizations that they played against. I think that's what Shady McCoy really showed to me is this. Listen, when you get on TV, you're supposed to be unbiased. You're supposed to be able to give unadulterated, fair commentary on whatever it is you see in football. But you know one thing I love about seeing Shady is this. Shady did the exact same thing that a lot of fans that y'all do. Y'all literally will see something, and then at the end of the day, you will cross out what your what your eyes say, and then still go with what you feel in your opinion of a player. I think the only thing that we really got, I think the clearest thing that we saw about this is, one, Shady McCoy does not like Dak Prescott. And the reason why I believe he does not like Dak Prescott is because when you say someone is ass, like I'm going to tell you this right here. I don't think Eli Manning is a good quarterback, but I can say good things about him. I have a problem when you have a guy that has stats that say that he is clearly one of the better quarterbacks in football, and you can't acknowledge anything that he does well. That right there, like, listen. I have been one of the content creators that have actually said, listen to me, the Eagles are playing good football. I don't have a problem saying that. But I have a problem when Eagles fans can't say the same thing about us, right? Like, you have two teams that are playing good football. That's just what it is. Regardless if the Cowboys, and I'm going to tell you this right here. This ain't even about this subject, but I'm going to tell you this right here. The Jags game is not a overview of this season. Like, the Cowboys lost on Sunday, and I still will stand here and tell you the Cowboys are playing good football. You know what I'm saying? Now, are there things that we need to do to improve? Yes. But I'm going to tell you this right here, bro. The last two losses that you lost, you were up by 17. That's not the opponent, bro. That's you. That's you, bro. You didn't close the door. They was already dead. You left them alive. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. So, I mean, like, at the end of the day, I don't like what Shady said, but at the end of the day, I kind of like that the world gets to see it. Because now you guys get to realize that, guess what? Even a guy that played in 2 Super Bowls don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, you know what I mean?
You said play, but you really meant he had the best seats in the house. He did not get off the bench.
Yeah, I know. Shady McCoy got the same stat line as me in the Super Bowl. But I mean, that's and the crazy thing that I don't like about it is, like, even when, like, a guy like Stephen A. Smith talks about, like, he even said that he never really makes, like, comments that are derogatory to an actual player. You want to know why? Because there's a chance you may have to interview this guy again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a guy like Shady, like, I feel that, like, you know how when we do these shows, we do all this content, we do all this looking at videos, looking at film and things like that. Bruh, Shady was coming from the hip, bruh. He was coming from a hip. And this is what I always know. Anytime you're talking football or anything that has a statistical value, meaning that everything is tracked, when someone tries to say, we don't use stats, stop arguing with them. Stop talking with them right then.
Exactly,
because that is a conversation you will never win.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Buck.
No, that's just real, bro. Like, it's just one of them things, man, where I know Shady know better. Like, a lot of these dudes are literally just professional tap dancers. And it makes sense for some of them, because if you play for Philly, it's easy for you to hate on them. You know what I mean? It's easy for you to be that antagonist because you've always hated Dallas. So, um, but I just wish some of these men were smart enough not to actually do that. You know what I'm saying? I wish they was big enough men and women to say, you know what? I want my job, but I don't want it at the stage where I gotta allow on another man to succeed here. I would just really hope that integrity could be over your personal check, but that's not gonna happen with most. Like we live in an era where people will sell, crack to their neighbor. That's what it is. It's almost it's not as bad as that, but what they're doing to Dak and what they do to players on the Dallas Cowboys is evil. It's frankly evil, and it could affect their money. It affect their public views. It affects so much when you out there sowing discord on somebody who actually doing their job and doing it well. It's a sad thing to watch. It really is.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what I think is even more sad is like when you have like what I don't like, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is how you know Shady was all the way out of line. Because no matter how you feel a person's getting paid, bro, you never bring up another man's pay, bro. Because, like, when it comes to pay, every NFL player's on that. They're all on the same side. They all know that the league does not want to play them. So when you're out here saying, oh, you're paying a guy $40 million, you're paying a guy $160 million. Like, Shady, bro, what did the Kansas City Chiefs pay you? And you sat on the bench, bro. Didn't do a thing. Like, didn't do a thing. If a team has the money to pay you, they have the money to pay your fans, then that's on them. But that has always been something that players never talk about other players' money in the public. Like, that's the type of stuff to get you punched in the face, bruh. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Like, you be wondering why will you be in the middle of the field changing jerseys and somebody just reach over and punch you in the face because of something that's the type of stuff that people punch you in the face over. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to finances, man, all the players are, because you got to think, when it comes to getting paid, it's really the NFLPA, which is what? The players versus what? The owners. They're all on the same team when it gets to paid. And think about this. Dak Prescott getting paid, you know what it does? Only help somebody else get paid.
Right. Because, listen, Kyler Murray could not have gotten the contract that he got if Dak Prescott did not get the contract that he received. It's a trickle-down effect. Like everybody resets the market when it's their time to come up for their first big contract. And you can say that people can say Kyler Murray didn't deserve the money, what this or that, but no, it was his turn. And that's why like you always got to fight to get that big payday to reset the market. So the player association pushes for that.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's why I've always said, like, that's why I know he was all the way out of line on that. But I don't want to give him too much more air because, like I said, we gonna be dipping and moving, man. So that's my thought on that, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. That show, whoever they are, man, I just think it's amazing how these shows are called NFL Talk Radio, but the only thing that I hear is Dallas Cowboy content coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't surprise me, man. It don't surprise me. But let's go ahead and jump on to the next thing. Every day, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, the Dallas Cowboys keep the lights on, bruh. Like, listen to me. I know it's a lot of y'all that don't like the Cowboys. It's a lot of y'all that don't hang out too much interest in the Cowboys. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, bruh. We are Edison. We are reliant energy around here. Like, we keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying? And not even just for your team, but for the entire NFL. You have entire NFL programs that are designed to cover 32 teams, and the Dallas Cowboys the only conversation that comes out of there. That's just what it is, man.
Every day.
Every day. So, man, let's go ahead and jump into these Eagles, man. Talk about this content, man. I think the first thing that's been coming out from this Eagles game is this, and that is Jalen Hurts going to play? Is he going to play? Now, as of yesterday and today, he was listed on both medical reports as did not practice, as DNP. But I'm going to be honest with you, man, in December 21st, 2022, these guys know the offense. Unfortunately, I'm not watching the medical list because I don't think the medical list is really going to determine if he plays or not. Because if I saw Dak not practice for a whole week, I wouldn't necessarily assume that he wasn't going to play. I would think they're giving a rest, especially at this opportunity, at this late in the season. These guys probably need a rest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not naturally ruling him out to play. But my question is, what are y'all thoughts on Jalen Hurts if he's gonna play, if he's not gonna play? Do you even care if he plays?
Well, I don't. Well, this is the thing. I don't care if he plays. Like that is an Eagles concern. Their best chance to win the game is if Jalen Hurts plays. But I don't care if Jalen Hurts plays. I don't care if Gardner Minshew plays. I don't care if they find a way to get Nick Foles on the team and he suits up some plays. Like we just have to win the game no matter who goes out there. So like if Jalen Hurts is the guy that suits up, the only thing that changes is our defensive game plan because we'll have to account for a running quarterback. If not, then we'll attack Gardner Minshew in a different area. We'll try to stop the run and try to make him beat us. So the only thing that it really comes down to is how our defense actually preps for it. But for offense, it doesn't change how the offense is going to prep. Same defense is going to be out there. So it really only going to affect our defensive game plan depending on who steps out there. So I don't care because we still need to win a couple more games. We still have an outside chance of winning the division. I know it's a long shot, but if we beat them, win out, and that let's say he doesn't play, let's say he isn't able to go to the playoff start. There's a chance to go. They might not win a game with Gardner Minshew. You never know how this stuff goes out at the end of the season, well, especially when you're playing 3 teams that's trying to get into the playoffs. The Saints are 1 game out. They've been bad the entire season. They just won a game. They're 1 game out from being able to win that division. They're gonna try to go out there and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Same thing with the Giants. The Giants are more than likely going to need to win in Week 18 to get into the playoffs. So they're not going to lay down to the Eagles. So we're going to try everything in our power to go out there and beat the Eagles. And hell, let the chips land whatever they fall, man. Because we still have a chance at it.
Boss, what's your thoughts, kid?
I care. Yeah. I care personally because I want to be Philly at their best. Yeah, because I think that's also good for us in terms of our morale, right? To knock out Philly when they really kind of stuck their chests out about beating up on Cooper Rush. You know how it is, man. You got 2 sons. Like if somebody get with the little brother can't wait till he show up with big brother. He can't wait. You know what I mean? Like, I want us to show up with Dak, and I want to show up against Dak versus Hurts. I want Dak to shut up everybody because this gonna shut up the whole world. Because it's like y'all ready to just go ahead and announce Hurts as the MVP, and I've been saying that the real MVP of the whole league is Dak. It's just what it is. It's like nobody is more valuable to their team than Dak. Nobody takes their offense all the way up to the top until Dak is there. So, and it's like they never give us our credit. So it's a situation where I want us to take it and leave them with no excuses.
Me, I'm going to tell you, I care and I don't care. I care because I feel like you're going to have to play Philadelphia 3 times this year. I'm sorry, that number is in my head. And I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like Philly knows that too. I think Philly knows that there's a really good chance, there's a high probability that you'll probably have to play Dallas 3 times. So, me personally, I know that 3rd game is going to count the most. So, I mean, if I can get as much film on you as possible, I would like that. Now, I say I don't care because the portion of my team that has me the most worried is the offensive side of my ball, to be honest with you. And unfortunately, the offense isn't going to play Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? The offense is going to play their defense. So as far as that's probably the only smidget of why I care, but I don't really care. And Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback statistically, I guess you could say that we playing, but he's not the best quarterback we've played this year. Like, do y'all know who we've played this year, bro? Like, we have played Brady, a who's who of Tom
Brady, Joe Burrow,
Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields. Like, bro, you have played a who's who. You have played a who's who of the best throwers. You've played
Kirk
the
Cousins
best.
he made the Pro Bowl this year.
Hell yeah, and Kirk Cousins, like you've played, like I'm not saying, and am I saying that Jalen Hurts is better? Yeah, why not? Jalen Hurts is better. I'll say it. Why not? Jalen Hurts is better. But I'm just saying, I don't know how much of the delta is between, Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields, or Jalen Hurts and Aaron Rodgers. Either way, man, they're all playing good football. So at the end of the day, we're going to play a team that has a pretty damn good quarterback from what we've seen this season. Like almost every team that we've played has had, except for the Colts, you know what I'm saying? And then the Jags, Sunshine played well. And Sunshine has actually been playing well over the last 5 weeks. Like, that's one of the biggest things. I know sometimes, toward the end of the season, we get caught up in, like, the overall record. But I'm going to tell you guys, when you're looking at these teams, stop looking at their overall record and start looking at their last 5 games. If you only look at their last 5 games, you would have looked at Jacksonville differently. You know what I'm saying? That's why my cousin wrote an article that said, hey, this Jacksonville game is going to be a playoff game mentality. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because in the last 5 games, they had won 3. Sunshine actually been playing well in these last 5 games. You know what I'm saying? If you really go look at Jalen Hurts ain't really been playing like Hall. He has not been playing MVP-ish over these last 5 games. A lot of the stuff because think about this, in the last game, he threw 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So if you go look at his last 5 games, his last 5 games have been kind of as well. Now, I'm going to tell you, the cool thing about it is, what is the Dallas Cowboys' last 5 games? What of our record in the last 5 games?
Oh, we won.
We 4-1.
Yeah, we 4-1.
They 5-0. One difference of a game. You know what I'm saying? Because the game that they lost is one game out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, go ahead.
Real quick, Dano said, I like that, but saying he's the MVP this year is way out of line. See,
He said what?
He said saying Dak is the MVP this year is way out of line. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Y'all got it going on, especially on game week, with this realism bullshit about Hurts. Like, it's annoying. If you really, really go look at it, Jalen Hurts is on track to be equal to Dak rookie year. Did Dak get MVP as a rookie? No. He's supposed to.
And think about that. He wasn't even supposed to. Let's just be real. He wasn't even supposed to win it that year. Zeke was supposed to win that. Zeke had 1,600.
I say Dak.
Zeke had 1,600 yards.
He said, but Dak had 3 times the production in yards and touchdowns.
Not from a running back, bro. That was 1,600 yards, almost 14 touchdowns. But we ain't got to go back and forth on that. But I get what you're saying though.
Yeah. So the deal, but my thing is this though. I want people to understand their team better, but then they'll understand the value of Dak better. So our offense was ranked 27th in yards and 26th in points until Dak came back and we shot up to number 1. That's not valuable. Your quarterback is having to read the most complicated system in the NFL, having multiple option routes and still doing it. That's not valuable. Your quarterback is the cologne that's covering up the dog boo-boo smell of Kellen Moore when he get pass happy. That's not valuable. So when you look at all the dysfunction that Dak is going through, but yet still excelling, to me, you got to know more. When you know more, you understand value.
It's like when you do better, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people don't know enough. But like once you really know what Dak going through, the dysfunctions that he going through, this old OC that's coloring with crayons, that's taking the credit for what he doing. No, that's MVP. See, because what a lot of people like to do is they like to judge MVP based on what the media say. Because the media, it's 60 people and media journalists that judge the MVP. And just think about it. Shady McCoy is one of those media people. Do you trust him to vote fairly?
Hell no.
You see what I'm saying? Like when most of the analysts literally get paid to hate on us, you really think we gonna ever get a first shot at being judged correctly? So yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like, yeah. When
and
it come down,
go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like I define MVP based on how I define MVP. He's my MVP. Now, is he the MVP of the entire league? Probably not. I'll probably still say Mahomes.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to Hurts versus Dak, Man, what killed me about y'all is some of y'all Cowboy fans are coming in trying to check me. Oh no, Hurts deserve it. Dak doesn't. Man, when you go sit your rabbit, and then y'all be sounding just like them old weird Philly fans who be talking about, but Jalen Hurts, he rushed for 600 yards. He got 13 touchdowns. See, you dealing with Boss, bro. See, Boss go look at the film. I know that over half of them, or right around half of them, was QB sneaks. So if y'all really want to count QB sneaks for rushing touchdowns, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And
But listen, I'm not going to inflate that BS just because y'all doing a smart gimmick that gets touchdowns. Don't act like this dude is Michael Vick when he not. And that's exactly what they trying to act like. Michael Vick did it. Man, that dude ain't no Michael Vick. He is no Vick. He's no Lamar. He is not. He's a game manager, dog. He's just like what Dak was as a rookie, a very good game manager playing a very efficient year. And if they didn't give credit to Dak when he won 11 games straight and they called it average, who the hell I look like trying to give them credit? I ain't never giving them credit.
Yeah, and I mean this is the thing, right? This is the thing that I'm okay with though, right? It's like you have Cowboy content creators up here right here, and like I would never diminish my football IQ by saying that Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm diminishing like I feel like I know enough football to be like, yeah, I hate the Eagles. And did I smile a little bit when I found out he was hurt? Yeah. I did a little. I did a little. Okay. Will I come on here in front of all y'all people and say Jalen Hurts sucks? No, I won't do that. You want to know why? Because that's my football IQ. I care about my football IQ. I care about you guys caring if I know what I'm talking about. So to me, what is amazing to me is the fact that like you have people that won't even like, bro, you can't not say that Dak is not a good quarterback. Now, who cares if he's not the best? Think about this. The Super Bowl winning the quarterback who won the Super Bowl last year was not an MVP, was not an All-Pro, was not a Pro Bowler. Mm-hmm. Let me repeat that. The quarterback who won the Super Bowl last year was not an MVP, was not an All-Pro, and was not a Pro Bowler. So think about this. Being a good quarterback is not even a criteria of winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
Being the best quarter, that's not even the criteria. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you this. Think about this. For all the folks that be like, oh, but I just don't feel that Dak is the guy. You know what? He hasn't been the guy. But you're not the guy until you are the guy. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to Deion Sanders a lot, man. I've been listening to Prime. And Prime say this all the time. He said the man who has to tell himself that he is the man, oh, baby, he know he not the man. You know what I'm saying? He not the man. That's not him. If you got to tell yourself you him, you not him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I see when it's like when I see the disparity of Dak. It's like fans can give credit to every quarterback. You can name 31 quarterbacks, bruh. 31 quarterbacks, and people will say, you know what, he's okay. He does this well. He does this. He does this. You say Dak Prescott, and instantly it's he suck. He's not a good quarterback. Listen to me. The statistics don't support that. The eye test does not support that. The eye test doesn't support that. You want to know why the eye test doesn't support that? Because Dak has played in what? How many? He's 50. What is his overall record right now as far as wins and losses? Think about this. Well, I knew last time he was 58-33, if I'm not mistaken. If you added the new two, Dak should be around 60 wins now. Well, think about this. If you're using the eye test, your eyes have physically seen him win more games. Your eyes have physically seen him throw more touchdowns. Your eyes have seen him literally complete more passes. Your eyes are seeing him aggressively attack the ball downfield. Think about this. The Dallas Cowboys said 7 weeks ago that they wanted to be more aggressive in the pass game. Well, guess what? Since then, 5 interceptions. And I'm gonna let you guys know something. We're not going to do this whole garbage time stuff because there is no garbage time in the NFL, bruh. There is no garbage time. We were up 17 points on 2 different teams, and they came back and beat us. There is no garbage time in the NFL, bro. Maybe in high school, maybe when Alabama plays Wachatupi State, the whole fourth quarter is going to be for sure garbage time. But in the NFL, teams get paid to come back. If there was garbage time, the Jaguars would have never came back on us. If there was garbage time, the Green Bay Packers would have never came back on us.
Right. So
that dude Richard say, bro, Dakota sucks, bro. If we don't agree with Boss, we're nothing.
He on your page. You can put him on top.
I know.
Anyway,
hold on real quick. He said, we not fans. I know football. He's not a good QB. Nah, it don't mean that you nothing, bro. You just don't know football.
You just don't know football. That's all it is.
You're garbage at football.
Yeah,
bro.
you're garbage at football.
You're trash. And the fact that you even said garbage time, I just dealt with that on the film session. That you showed that like you are very elementary in football understanding. Because the only time that there's actually truly like a prevent defense is when it's the end of the half or it's the end of the fourth quarter. And defenses don't play for garbage. They don't give up yards. They don't do that. That's a myth. Because see, all these defensive coordinators get incentives for keeping you under certain points. So you telling me they giving up paychecks to play safe? No, bro, they don't work like that, bro. You just a kid when it comes to football understanding.
Like if you believe that there's garbage time in the NFL, that within itself.
You're elementary, bro. The only time that's ever been said was against Dak being on a 6,600-yard pace. You just so silly as a Cowboy fan. You haven't figured out that they literally make up stuff to hate on your quarterback, and your silly ass literally go in there and repeat the silly stuff that they say. That's just what it is, bro. Some of y'all just need to really learn the game. If you really learn the game, you will be on the side of truth, not the side of hating on your own quarterback. For Dak to be consistently top 5 almost in major category, everybody that says anything like sucks or average, you just show that you got a weak mind and you subject to propaganda. People able to plant bullshit in your head and you regurgitate it as a Cowboy fan to feel safe, to feel right with the crowd. When you gonna be a real man and stand on your own on what the facts are? And so real quick, my homie Joe Cook said at the end of the day, Hurts is having a better season than Dak. There's no comparison this season. At Boss, if you don't give credit, then it makes you appear less creditable and more subjective. Okay, well, this is Jalen's season this year. His completion percentage is 67. Dak as a rookie was 67.8. Which one is higher? The yards that Dak had up to game 15 was 3,667 before he sat down before week 16. As a rookie, he didn't play the last game. Remember that. He got 200 more yards than Hurts right now as a rookie. Jalen right now had 5 interceptions. Dak as a rookie had 4. Jalen's rating this year is 104.6. Dak as a rookie was 104.9. So if you said, Joe, if you said his team and his coaching is better, I would say yes. But to say Jalen is playing better than Dak, when Dak is clearly better than what he was as a rookie and working with less? Because let's ask a question. Who's working with more and who's working with less? It's real simple. Which receiving core would you rather have? Would you rather have the Heisman winner receiver as your number 2 and then A.J. Brown, the hottest number 1 receiver to come out from the Tennessee Titans as our weapons right now? Or would you rather have an emerging CeeDee Lamb and Gallup that's coming off an ACL and a Noah Brown that had to lose 15 pounds to even be considered a third?
Let me be the respectable, honest guy. Since I've already said I'm gonna be honest, I will take the Eagles wide receiving core over ours. I would.
Exactly.
I'll take the offensive line as well.
I would.
Like
listen to me. This is real. Hey, this is real.
That is real.
Did this fool just say the offensive line? We're not even talking about the offensive line. He said, you know what? Shit, throw them in there too. He said, if I can get a 2-for-1, give me a 2-for-1. I'll take it.
So Dak working with less, and then I dare y'all go look at the trajectory he on. Go look at the trajectory that Dak is on and then forecast it if it would have been a 16 to 17 game season and tell me who was having a better season. See, now, I already did it. Bro, it's clearly Dak. If you look at the trajectory, dude, we the number 1 offense with Dak. That means Hurts ain't playing that good. The one that y'all want to give praise to, Since Dak returned, we number one in points and yards, big dog. Even on bad games, we put up 34 points, big dog. And we doing it with dysfunction, bro. I listen, bro. That's why I say, if you really break down the facts and not what people saying, not what's popular, because I know everybody on Hurts nuts right now. But if you compare Jalen, even if you talk about the most funky 13 rushing touchdowns, bro, dog, when you look at them, most of them are QB sneaks, bro. Y'all can inflate that all you want. I'm not going to inflate that, and I'm not going to say that dude having a better season than my quarterback when he's struggling to get to 4,000 yards.
All I'm gonna say is this: Dak Prescott's standards are higher. I've seen
That's what it
listen
is.
to me. I've seen what Jalen Hurts doing right now. Dak's done it 3 times now. What he's doing right now. We've seen this already.
And better.
Listen to me.
And better.
And I'm gonna be honest. And you know what's crazy? And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. The only reason why Jalen Hurts is even getting this type of love right now is because of the team. Because Patrick Mahomes is playing better than him. Like, I'm gonna tell you, listen to me. I love riding for my people. I'm all for my people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the air talking about, man, I'm gonna support the black man. I'm gonna support him. If Jalen Hurts is a quarter, if he the MVP, I'm gonna support him. He should get it. So then I try to be nice and try to throw the Eagles a bone and look up his stats live on air. And I had to pull my own foot out of my mouth. Like, bruh, how am I, a person who says he know football, up here saying that Jalen Hurts is the MVP? Like, Patrick Mahomes does not exist.
Right, man.
Like, have y'all not? Like, I'm gonna question. Have you guys watched the Chiefs at all this year?
Going crazy.
Like, obviously, if you're saying Jalen Hurts is the MVP, then Patrick Mahomes is Thanos. God damn it, he's Thanos.
Man, look, and Patrick Mahomes is doing it with his best weapon.
Without Tyreek Hill, bro. Like, how can you, bro? We all thought this young man was gonna be different next year. He's doing more.
Yeah, he leading the league in touchdown passes, passing yards. Man, like,
but you want to tell me a dude with 20, and then this is the thing. This is another
22 throwing
22. And listen to me, I'm gonna tell you guys something else. I don't give a damn about Jalen Hurts' rushing touchdowns. You want to know why? Because Dak had a bunch of rushing touchdowns when he was coming in, when as a rookie and a sophomore. And guess what? They never. Listen to me. Dak had more rushing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson until Dak got hurt. Lamar didn't catch him. Catch him until 2022. Dak Prescott was leading the league in rushing touchdowns from a quarterback. Nobody cared, bruh. Nobody cared. Go look at how many rushing touchdowns Dak had. Nobody cared, bruh. That
man set a franchise record for rushing touchdowns. He rushed for more rushing touchdowns than Roger the Dodger already. And like they kept disrespecting Dak Prescott.
Nobody cared, bruh.
Our own fan base, matter of fact, was saying rushing touchdowns don't count. That's
when you hear stuff. That's when you hear stuff like, and you know what's funny, boss? And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We just, this is supposed to be a show, but this is really uncut Cowboys. We just having a good time. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna make an indictment. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in court and I'm snitching. I'm fixing my tie right now because I'm about to tell on all you because I'm getting on all y'all. Your Honor, I'm gonna tell you like this. We can be mad at these damn Eagles fans all you want, but ain't nobody going to talk about these Cowboys, because listen to me, man. It is Cowboy fans that is saying this stuff, bruh.
That's crazy, bro.
It's us. Think about this. I'm going to say this last thing, and then y'all can go. When we were time to pay Dak, me and Boss Cowboys sat up here every single day talking about we got to pay this kid. And you know what? Every single day you guys told us, oh, you're not paying a guy $40 million to run the ball. What?
It was 28 million.
28 million, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott's not a
the issue is this. The issue is this. Philadelphia fans, and I commend Philadelphia Eagle fans. You want to know why? Because you guys accept your quarterback for who he is. Yep. It's the Cowboy, bro. If Cowboy fans treated Dak the way Eagles fans treated Jalen Hurts, we would have no problems, bro. We would have no problem because I'm gonna tell you, Eagles fans, you guys don't have a problem with Jalen. Yeah, you guys don't have a problem with it. You guys don't have a problem, bro. If Dak would have threw 2 interceptions in a loss, in a win, oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. If Dak would have went 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, win by 4 in oh my God. Bro, I promise you they would have never even gave us the win, bro. We would have had to call the NFL like, yo, didn't we beat them? Yeah, you did, but your quarterback didn't play good, though. Your quarterback didn't play good, so we can't give you that win.
Go ahead. It's so funny that they didn't care about rushing touchdowns when Dak was doing it. Now everybody care about rush touchdowns. And now ain't nobody care about interceptions till Dak got some.
And guess what, boss? Boss? When he was only throwing 4 interceptions, guess what they said? Oh, what did they say, boss? Tell him what they said, boss.
Yeah, they said that he needed to let it rip, and he needs
the
to
ball down the field.
Push it down. But now he pushing the ball downfield. He throwing it to these old dumb option routes, just like y'all want it, and then y'all don't want it. Bro, like, I done figured out a long time ago, it's never been Dak. Like, I'm looking at some of these comments, like the same homie that said that my credibility was shot because I wouldn't give Hurts credit over Dak, which is just not true, said that it was blasphemy for me to say that A.J. Brown and D. Smith was better than my receivers. You can't have it both ways, big dog. You can't accuse me for putting my credibility on the line for talking facts about the real doubt in the performance of my quarterback, but then be like, but I would never say publicly that they're better. It's like, bro, you see, that's what I'm saying. See, some of us, we go always lose with some of y'all because it's not us, it's y'all standards. Y'all create impossible standards that Dak can't meet and that we can't meet as content people because y'all make impossible situations. It's not us, it's y'all. Like one of y'all said that Dak ain't been the same since his injury, but actually he's been better.
He's actually been better
because he actually broke the franchise record after his injury. So like that's how I know some of y'all get y'all talking points from the mainstream. Because every time I heard
10 interceptions.
Yeah, that's a record. That's a franchise record, and that was equal to Aaron Rodgers, who took 17 games to do 37 touchdowns, versus Dak did it in 16 games.
And I'm gonna tell you something else that
and that's facts, bro. And the problem is that's facts, and then you'll get the facts, and then our own fans will be like, "But he average."
Though.
Yeah. Hey, boss, I'm gonna ask you a question. Boss, I'm gonna ask you a question.
He did the MVPs throwing touchdowns in less games, and we say that's around 15. Yeah. And we say I put Dak in my top 10. Man, if you don't put Dak higher than that, you just don't know football.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I want you to just give me your thoughts. I bought a car, right? It's not as fast as a Lamborghini, and it's not as fast as a Ferrari, but those are the cars I'm gonna compare it to. Do y'all think I still got a pretty fast car?
Yep.
What do you think, boss?
You had to compare.
Yeah, I mean, but let me tell you guys, it's not. Yeah, it's fast, but it's not as fast as a Ferrari though, and it's not as fast as a Lamborghini though. But it's still up. I mean, it's that's the only car you can compare it to. You guys think I got a pretty fast car, regardless?
Yep.
Okay, so think about this: if Jalen Hurts is what you guys consider the MVP, you're telling me that the only person in the NFL that you can compare him is to a guy who is being looked at as possibly being the MVP. You know what that means? That means that when you make a cake, the breadcrumbs, they taste just like the cake. You know what I'm saying? So what does that mean? That means Dak may not be the MVP, but if you can only compare him to him, he's damn close, bruh. He's damn close. And guess what, fellas? Guess what? That's all. That's the only thing we really want. Like, I'm okay. Listen to me. I am not the guy that's sitting up here and saying that Dak is the best quarterback in football. I don't care about that. And to be honest with you guys, around this time, I would rather Dak be looked at as an underdog. You want to know why? Because these top quarterbacks aren't even winning, bruh. They're not winning.
Right.
They're not winning. So
all the guys in people top 10, Justin Herbert can't get into the playoffs.
Bruh, Justin Herbert has no playoff wins, bruh. Yeah. None.
He can't even make in the playoff, but he's supposed to be a top 5 quarterback.
Then watching the offseason how us fans just jump right on Herbert nutsack and then rank him right over Dak.
They do it all year.
Hey, my question is this: would you rather have? My question is this: would you Cowboy fans, would you rather have Justin Herbert as your quarterback, or would you rather have Dak's results as your quarterback?
Oh,
because one is totally different than the other. Now, when you hear Justin Herbert, you think he has Dak's results, but he don't, bruh. He don't. He don't.
But they gonna still say, "Oh man, you crazy,
bro." What do you know? What's gonna be the funny part about Justin Herbert? The funny thing about Justin Herbert is when his ass gets paid and nobody complains about it. That's gonna be the funny.
Nothing.
They're gonna say nothing.
They gonna say he deserved it. They go tap dance.
But hey, you notice they're not winning games with the team that they got. They got that boy Mike Williams. They got him Keenan Allen. They got that boy. Shoot, they got who they tight end.
They got Eckler as they running back.
They got Austin Eckler. They got an All-Pro left tackle. The guy that the West Coast wanted to draft. Slater. Yeah. So they got a team over there.
Yeah, they got
a squad, bro. They got a squad.
They got a squad, bro. They got more than enough, bro.
J.C. Jackson. What's the boy's name?
Strap
Junior.
Chris Harris.
Yeah, Chris Harris. And they got what's the boy name? His daddy used to play in the NFL. The cornerback.
Sante Samuel Jr.
Yeah, Sante Samuel Jr. Who's a dog.
Did you say Williams?
Yeah, they got Williams.
Mike Williams. They got all these damn players over there. They got an all-man team over there, and
got an all-man team.
They don't even get into the playoffs. But you think that Justin Herbert
Cowboy fan, and they be Cowboy fans and our local media.
But they think that Justin Herbert can come to Dallas with only one good damn receiver and have results.
And the worst thing they say is Dak don't do good in big games. It'd be like, bro, like I could tell y'all get all y'all talking points from Shady, bro. Y'all be listening to Shady McCoy, and y'all walk out like, he's on FX1. He must know what he's talking about. So to make yourself feel smart, you repeat stupid stuff. Like it's very dumb to say Dak don't play good in big games, bro. It's very dumb. Like I was talking to the Philly people yesterday, and I was educating them. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna ever blame Hurts or Dak for losing in the playoffs. The only thing I'm gonna look at is how did they play.
Mm-hmm. Because think about this.
How they play.
Because think about this. Jimmy Garoppolo, and the funny thing about it though, it's like Jimmy Garoppolo won an NFL game, and he went. What did he go, Cuzzo? He went 6 for 8.
6 for 8, 77 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions.
And he won a playoff game like that. Think about this.
He won multiple playing like that.
Think about this.
Let me give you the numbers.
Go look at the play. Go look at the 49er game, bruh.
Yeah, like when they made it to the Super Bowl, he had about 3 games where he hardly even threw the ball.
Listen to me.
Hold on. 4 playoff wins.
Go ahead.
In this 4 playoff wins, let's get out the way. 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, and they won all those games.
And one of them interceptions came against us. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. Like, think about this. If you, I want to know. I'm curious to know how many games the Cowboys have lost with the ball in their offensive hands, with us trying to score. You know what that means too? Listen. You can say whatever you want. Okay, Dak has his fault. We've now been on here for 45 minutes. We got maybe 20 more minutes of talking. We now understand what Dak's part. Okay? You've either cussed out Dak, you badmouthed him, Dak accepts his fault. Now, can we now stop talking about Dak and talk about the guy who's actually talking in his head? Can we talk about that guy? Because I'm gonna tell y'all what we do. I'm gonna tell y'all what we do a lot. We'll be on a show for an hour, and y'all will talk 55 freaking minutes about the quarterback. 55 freaking minutes. But, like, bro, what the hell is Dak supposed to do with these play callings, bruh? Like, that's, listen, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Everything in the house that happens wrong is daddy's fault. I get it. I accept the responsibility. If the bills ain't paid, it's my fault. If the lights is turned off, it's daddy's fault. But guess what? Even daddy know. Shoot, somebody supposed to be helping me around here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me, boss? Like, yeah, when I go out in the world, everything's my fault. Everything's my fault. But, bro, when we get up in this house and we close these damn doors and it's just all of us, we all sitting at this table. Why? Because, bro, we all got a point in this, bro. We all got responsibility in this. So what we're saying now is we have talked about Dak for 45 minutes. Boom. You either love him or you hate him. He has this responsibility. What is Kellen Moore's part in all this? That's what I want to know. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Jerry Jones, on one day, had 16 people on his staff. He fired 15 of them. The only person that he kept, and I'm going to tell you, they fired the running back coach. After Tony Pollard and Zeke went crazy. They even fired him, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
What
Brown.
is Kellen Moore's responsibility in all this? Because if Dak isn't good, what responsibility does Kellen Moore have to make it work? What's his responsibility? Or is he just stealing from the Dallas Cowboys? I don't know.
Stealing, bro.
He has the biggest responsibility.
He's stealing.
supposed to.
Because the way these fans judge Dak, you would think that the offensive coordinator has nothing to do with anything. Like, he has no responsibility. Kellen Moore has no responsibility. And that's not fair. Want to know why? Because I see offensive coordinators getting fired for bad calls all the time. I see offensive coordinators getting fired all the time. So it sounds like some teams hold their OCs responsible for the calls they make. In Dallas, we only hold the quarterback responsible. If that's the case, Dak should be making more money. Because now he's your quarterback and your OC.
And your OC. Yep.
What are y'all thoughts, man?
Because Henny, go ahead, because but let me go, bro.
Go ahead, I got y'all back though.
Just real quick, bro. I'm trying to figure out why not, like, everybody should be up in arms over Kellen Moore calling a play to target Noah Brown twice in the clutch.
Mm-hmm. Sad part.
And he did that after the playmaker warned about this in the offseason. Emmett warned about doing that in the offseason. Jimmy
quality,
Johnson
bro.
warned about that. Like, Troy Aikman warned about that. Novacek warned about that. Romo warned about that. Dez warned about that. Amari Cooper warned about not feeding your big dogs first. And in the clutch, again, after we lost doing that in the playoffs, needed to beat the Jags, this dude said on 3rd and 10, I want you to go at Noah Brown on a fade.
And boss, you want to know why that's a problem? You know why that's a problem, though? Because I want to ask you a question real quick, boss. Does Noah Brown make the same type of money that CeeDee Lamb does?
No.
Okay, so then how can you even expect the same output?
You can't.
So then what the hell are you doing then? So my question, if you're Kellen Moore, why should I even play superstars then? If they're not going to throw him the ball in superstar moments.
I mean, why throw the ball anyway? Because all you had to do was make them use their last time out.
Yeah, but listen to me. But listen to me. There's a dumb way to do smart. I mean, there's a smart way to do dumb. If you just have to throw the ball, I'm throwing the ball. I don't give a damn. I'm throwing the ball. Okay, why do you throw a 50-50 ball to the out of bounds? Even if he catches the ball, he's out of bounds. Even if he catches the ball inbounds, he's then going out of bounds. You still don't achieve what you're supposed to be achieving, and that is what? Use the final timeout. That's the ultimate goal. Because think about this. Even if Noah Brown catches that, right? It's now first down for the Dallas Cowboys, but the Jags still have a freaking timeout. So no matter what you're doing, it's stay in bounds, bruh. You got to run plays that are indicative to your guy staying in bounds. Nobody should have been running to the out of bounds. Nobody, bruh. Everything should have been. If you're going to pass, it should have been everything slants. Everything slants. Everything goes in the middle of the field.
Everything in space, right? Everything the word. Even if you catch it and fall, you take clock.
So thank you. That's the issue I have.
And then the fade itself takes the least amount of time off
the clock, bruh. Oh my God. Yeah, man.
But to your point, West Coast, the people talking about Dak interception, and the stupidest part is most of the people don't even know that a lot of them interceptions had nothing to do with him.
Mm-hmm. He had 6 interceptions on plays not deemed turnable worthy by PFL. I know you're not a big fan of PFL in general, but no,
I only like PFL.
I counted 3 myself so I can believe it because about 3 was tips. You see what I'm saying? It makes sense. So especially 3, I validated myself. You see what I'm saying? So if you add in just tips, you talking about over half had nothing to do with him.
Dak, I'm going to tell you like this. The only bad interception that I will really, really put like, Dak, why in the hell did you throw that? I'm going to tell you what it was. The first one he threw on that halftime when it was like 8 seconds before halftime, and he was trying to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb in the middle of the field. That's probably the only one. All the other ones, man, even that
that one wasn't on him. That's Chicago game. That wasn't him either.
No,
bro.
no. No, I'm saying that's the only where I'm like I would have maybe, but it's the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? Not the end of the game. It's halftime.
What game you talking about? You talking about Chicago?
I'm talking. The game isn't come to my head, but it's the first interception that he threw in the middle of the field, and it was going to CeeDee Lamb. It was right before halftime though. It was it was only like 12 seconds. That was Chicago. It was like 12 or 6 seconds before halftime.
That was on Kellen too, big dog.
Well, only thing I'm saying is because he had outside routes that were smaller.
That's the one where CeeDee Lamb's supposed to cross the face of the safety.
Yes, it was.
He went behind him.
That's the only reason why I said maybe he goes somewhere else because you had your outsides open, but I mean that's one interception. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think like this.
He did two like that versus Green Bay. Like all three was determined not to be on him because when you throw those option routes, you have to throw them early. That's how it works. You know that. I ain't talking to you. I'm just saying, period. Mm-hmm. Like you got to throw it early because you got to hit that hole with anticipation. You know what I mean? So it's basically like a system versus a system. That's what's going on. Is that when you get the right defensive look, you got to throw that thing early, and then your receiver got to make the right cut as he reads the defense. He's supposed to see it just like that. So these are system-ass interceptions that he actually falling on the sword for, and our fans are shooting him for. But your biggest pulse was this. When is somebody going to talk about them dumb play calls that's coming in his ears?
Facts.
See, that's the biggest thing you said, because right now he the one taking all the bullets for his dumb OC. And the worst thing I hate about Dak is he take the bullets himself. And he know, because he said himself after the Houston game, he said himself, sometimes we're going to lose because it's going to be the wrong play call. See, people forgot that part. Because he was basically saying, I can throw an interception if he draw up a play that they scheming against us with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
True,
he says,
man.
go back and watch Romo tape and watch Dak tape. My opinion, play calling is the same. Honestly, play calling is not the same.
It's not.
No, it's not the same. It's nowhere close because I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Jason Garrett had no problem running the ball. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Most of y'all don't even – listen to me. What was y'all doing in 2012? What was you doing? I can't remember. That was damn near 10 years ago. That was the last time Jason Garrett called plays for the Dallas Cowboys. All right? So most of the stuff that y'all be thinking about as far as Jason Garrett be Scott Linehan. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Yeah. That's just how we raise. You know what I'm saying? Like the first person, like I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. The Dallas Cowboys have fall guys. This is just the first time where a fall guy on offense was actually a player. You know what I'm saying? Because usually the fall guy in Dallas is usually the head coach. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about my head coach, this head coach, this new one we got, McCarthy, he definitely not like Jason Garrett. Because I'm gonna tell you this, Jason Garrett fell on a sword that wasn't even his. You know what I'm saying? Nope. Jason Garrett, he big, exactly. And that's what I always said about Jason Garrett. Jason, I defended you until you wouldn't defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. If you ain't going to defend yourself, I'm not coming on here and defending you either then. You know what I'm saying?
Big Mike ain't going outside.
Yeah, Big Mike. No.
Nah, I ain't called it.
Yeah, Big Mike, I'm going to tell you like this. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. If the police come up to you and say, "Well, sir, did you did it?" Well, you know what? Where I'm from, we wouldn't have did that. You know what that is? That's someone that's about to tell on you, fam. Big Mike is letting it be known there are things that he's for and things that he's not for. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. That's why, because Big Mike said they asked him about the 3rd and 10 play as far as why they threw the ball, and Big Mike said he liked the call. This is one thing I will say, Big Mike, you got to stop agreeing to dumb stuff in public. You got to stop doing that, bro.
You got
to stop agreeing to dumb stuff, because I'm going to tell you this right now. You be saying that stuff thinking, I'm just being a team player, and Jerry going to fire your ass before that. Jerry will fire your ass.
Can you say that one more time?
Like Jerry will fire your ass. Listen. One thing I have learned in Dallas is we's not following on. If I ain't did it, I ain't did it. I can't do it because all that noble stuff, man, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. Listen,
Smith was noble.
Bruh, Amari Cooper was noble. He took less money, came back in 18 months. They traded his ass, bruh. You need to be about your own business. Thank you.
Take care of your business, dog.
You need to take care of your business.
You got to be selfish in Dallas, big dog.
Because they're selfish, bruh.
Right,
they're selfish.
Right, you got to, bro. Like I knew when I watched how them Philly content creators got down, I already knew to come out with my like I already knew to have like knuckles. We go knuckle fight this one because I see how y'all move. See, because you'll come on my channel and you'll talk like, oh, I get it, I understand. Then you'll go on your channel and lie and act like that we was making excuses over Dak when you was over there agreeing with me over Dak. So when I see that you play like that, I'm gonna play like that. You know what I mean? And Mike McCarthy, you better go on with that noble. See, the one thing you said a long time ago, West Coast, I ain't never forgot. You said it was real quick. We was on the phone. You said Mike McCarthy is the mark. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? You said Mike McCarthy is the mark. And what he was saying is Mike McCarthy getting ready to be the odd man out.
Yep. Yep. I also think Mike McCarthy also sees that if it don't go right, he's gonna be the one blamed for it.
He don't see it enough, but I do right. I do think he
Well,
sees
he
it.
do see it enough, but it's like you got to see it like this, man. If you not like, how I say this, just say it, West Coast. If you ain't from the HOOOD, you might not be able to handle these type of deals. You know what I mean? Like some of these folks be going to Dallas and they be literally biting off more than what they can chew. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's the HOW.
yeah, like if you just not used to like being in a weird situation where everything just goes left.
Where people grimy.
Yeah, like
you dealing with grime.
but he told me he loved me. But they told me they loved me. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like so that's why I say like I think that, and also I'm gonna tell you this right here. Anybody that comes to Dallas is gonna be a little docile. It's gonna be a little bit because, bro, they're not even looking for that. You know what I'm saying? So think about this. Even to a degree, Dan Quinn is like them too. We just haven't seen in what form. Because guess what? Jerry Jones in this organization, they keep guys around them that are like-minded. The guys who are like-minded, they don't stay here. Why did we let go of Mr. Richards? Remember that, the Richards kid? Not the Richards kid, but the coach. Rashard Richards. Why isn't he a Dallas Cowboy anymore? Anybody know? Anybody know? Anybody know? Anybody know? Maybe it has to do with the fact that Stephen Jones got mad at him for yelling and screaming on the sidelines to the team on national TV against the Philadelphia Eagles. And when Jimmy Jones came out and literally said, we don't do that in Dallas.
We don't want to win like that.
We don't want to win like that. All of a sudden, I've never seen a dude go interview for a defensive coordinator jobs and come back and not have his position coach job. Think about that, bruh. Like, he went and interviewed for DC defensive coordinator jobs and came back and didn't have his regular job.
Now he defensive the defensive pass game coordinator here.
But think about that. You would have thought even if he doesn't get the job, why wouldn't he just have his job back like Kellen Moore? Kellen Moore didn't get the head coach job. Why didn't he come back to his? Kellen Moore came back to his job. Why didn't Rashad? Why didn't Rashad come back to his job? He was doing a good job. You want to know why?
They got a certain type.
That's why. You know what I'm saying? Tunchi says, West Coast, since you know so much, you should go coach your team. Honestly, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't know nearly as much as I say I do. I only talk about the stuff that I know. So if I'm talking about it, I know a lot about it. And if I ain't talking about it, I don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real. I try to be an expert in the things I do know. But I do know this. If I was to give a job with the Dallas Cowboys, I would not want to be a head coach or a coaching staff. I don't want to be that. I would want to be a general manager. I need to be involved in everything. I need to know.
And I think that's a weird way to try to decipher truth.
Yeah,
that's a real warped way to try to decipher if somebody telling you the truth about it. If you know so much, then you should be doing this. That's backwards, man. It's just
it's a little hate. It's a little hate too. We know
that's obvious
that's
hate.
Real hate.
So I'm gonna say this: like if you should just listen, big dog. Just listen and just see it. Just listen with an open mind and say, okay, is this man speaking facts? Or is this about you trying to show up a content creator? If you know so much, start you a channel.
Facts.
Pretty much.
If you so much smarter than West Coast, why don't you get you 40,000 supporters like he got? Matter of fact, more than 40 if you count all the places where he put out content, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all. If you add it all up, man, you got to get to 100,000, big dog, to try to keep up with West. So why don't you show us how smart you are, big dog.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, anybody that's smarter than me, I need you. I need you. If you know more about football than me, I
I just
need
don't
you.
like that because see, we the ones that's really
We need you,
trying to
baby.
tell people the truth, and then we the ones that get attacked. See, because they want to be Captain Saver hoes for front office. So, and I get tired of those type of fans that when we talking about the things that's hurting us from winning the championship, which we ultimately want, they come at us like we the bad guys for not standing with the silly stuff. Now, yeah, we do know it's a lot good going on with the Dallas Cowboys, and we happy about that. But I'm not gonna spend all my time with pom poms like I'm a cheerleader. I was a football player. Everything that I'm gonna be around is gonna be around fighting for solutions. I'm not a cheerleader where I cheer when things are good or things are bad. I pull my pom poms. That's not me,
Hey,
and
boss.
that's not
Hey, keep it
Wes,
real
and
with
that's
him.
not Henny.
Hey, boss, keep it
That's
real
just
for them. You better tell them football paid for your football made a way for you to go to college. You mean
it
yes?
did,
Football put this
and I wasn't no
Hey,
cheerleader.
hey,
The
let him
cheerleaders.
football paid for the education that he's now telling you.
Right. And
It
it
was
did. And
football.
it's
That was
like, bro,
football that
it's
got put
like,
us through
dog, like,
college.
and listen, man, I'm okay with the super optimistic, lovey-dovey fans, but I'm not cool with y'all trying to shit on us because we trying to tell the truth. Like that's for real. Like if you want to be the Miss or Mister Super always happy, optimistic, never say anything that we need to fix type of person, okay, that's fine. Fan how you fan. But don't whip your meat out and try to piss on us because we over here trying to give real solutions to some of these problems. That's why we was talking about all the different things on how we go take Jalen Hurts and how Kelly Moore is in the way and all that type of stuff. This is about solutions, big dog. Y'all need to figure out who team y'all on and whose side y'all, who really on the side of trying to win.
Yep. And something else you also got to remember too. Something else you also got to remember too is this. You know, we started this show off. By talking about the media. You know what I'm saying? And think about this, right? Think about this. Like you guys sit up and be complaining about Shady McCoy all day and all the BS and rhetoric that goes on in the media, right? And then we get on here and try to give y'all the obviously what we thought you guys were asking for, that real uncut content, and this is what you do. this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we are only here because we were, I'm only doing this because 8 years ago I was watching somebody and they pissed me off, and instead of me cussing them out in their comment box, I went live. That's why. The only reason why Boss Cowboys here is because 4 years ago, my boy Akuye made a video on I forget what it was on.
Facts. He was
Made a
talking
video.
about
Made a video
yeah,
on. He made a video on whatever the subject was. It don't matter. But
he was
literally,
basically saying Heath is not guilty.
yeah. And he made a video on it. And guess what? Boss come out and disagree. And listen, I didn't even really care if he disagreed. I did not care if he disagreed. What I cared about is the fact that I knew Akuye took damn near 3-4 days to make this 15-minute video because I was
shooting it down,
and you were shooting it down, and boy had only posted 5 minutes ago. Like, bruh, the video's 15 minutes. He just posted it. I know, but I'm just saying. I
know what you said.
Yeah, but
but I watched it and I was like, nah, bro.
But that's how I mean. I wasn't even saying you was wrong. I'm just like, but dang, get a boy some opportunity.
That's the funniest story. Hit it. Say, bro, this is how I got in the game, bro. So I'm going at Okoye. And I'm like, bro, nah, bro, because I was already mad at my boy that Dad's not guilty video. I was mad. I ain't lying, bro. I was hot at my boy. I was hot at Okoye for that, right? So whenever I saw him, bro, if I felt like he was wrong, but I was boom, 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 boom. I was taking shots at the homie.
You was writing long ass. You was doing the same thing Henny was doing, writing me these long ass paragraphs.
Man, this how I met West Coast. West Coast came right on that head and he said, bro, I get so tired of people like you. You get on my nerves. How you go come in here and try to critique the homie who spent 3 weeks on this? Where your film, homeboy?
Same thing. That was 4 years ago.
And the only thing that saved me is I said I got film, big dog. It was the only thing because a week earlier I did do a film breakdown on tight ends. He said, "Where it's at?" Like Wes was calling me out. I say, "Friend me, bro," and I'll tag you in it. And so we friended each other, and I tagged him. I think the homie was gonna watch it. West Coast watched it. And he came back. He said, "Bro, I just checked out your film, bro. You got a good voice. You ever think about podcasting? That started everything, bro. I swear to God. Me fighting Okoye, bro, and West Coast coming in and get his homie back. That's exactly what got me in the game, bro.
And it's all, and I'm always gonna be. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, we got to get up out of here after this. But I'm gonna tell you this too. This is what I kind of believe in, man. And Kanye kind of taught me this when I heard him. He said, "Man, it hurts my feelings when people don't say they don't like my music." And I was like, "What? What the hell are you talking about, Kanye? How you gonna say that?" And he's like, it takes me 2 years to do an album, bruh. And literally in 1 week, the whole world's saying it sucks. You know what I'm saying? And that really sat on me. I was like, damn. Like, and that, like, damn, I get that.
Yeah,
like, I
you was
really
right.
got that. Like, when he said that, I got that. I'm like, yeah.
Can I say one more thing about Okoye
Yeah.
too? I also learned later, just from dealing with you and him, that I needed to slow down sometimes. That sometimes this happened a lot with West Coast, especially my homie West Coast. West Coast to say something, and at first I'd be like, and then I keep eating on it, and I'd be like, you know what? So what I learned with some of the content homies, you gotta eat what they say sometimes slow. It take a while for some things that the real good content boys say and girls. It takes sometimes a second to digest, dog. I learned that myself. So Okoye said this to me, and I took this as the biggest compliment. He said, "Bro, I go triple check my work if you disagree, boss." And I feel the same thing with Wes. If Wes say something, I'm gonna go triple check my take. I'm gonna say, let me go triple check this real quick.
Yeah, I'm the same way. With certain people, for sure, certain people. I'm the same way.
For certain people, yeah, for certain people, when Henny say something, I'm gonna be like, I'm certain on this, but let me go double check because I also know Henny thorough. You know what I mean? So even if we see things different, it's certain people you know that they take it serious enough that you should also take their work serious.
So that's why when Cowboys content creator said, "Well, West Coast, that boy ain't no damn MVP," I said, "Wait, Shreggy? wait, Shreggy?" But hey, man, we been on here. I'm about to take my kids to these lights, man. These light show, man. I said didn't even get the notification, boss. West Coast HTM. Hey, make sure you guys have your notifications on. The number one way you can make sure you have your notifications on, number one thing is to make sure you're following and subscribed. Because if you're following and subscribed, you will get the notifications. But make sure you're subscribed to Boss Cowboy Sport. Make sure you're subscribed to HTM Sports, and then make sure you're subscribed to West Coast Cowboy, man. Hey, man, I'm about to get up out of here. They about to get up out of here. There's one thing I do want to say before I say this, though, before we get out of here, and that is this. Listen to me. This feeling that you feel in this season, this is not a feeling that we get every single year. So I'm going to tell you this right now. F what the haters say. You enjoy this season. You enjoy this season. F what the haters say. Because you enjoy this season. Because I'm going to tell you like this, seasons like this don't come around like this. No. The way I feel right now is not the way I felt last year.
Right.
And we had the same record. But last year just felt different. It felt like, bro, this is going to come to an end at some point. Like it doesn't feel right. That San Francisco 49er game, say I jinxed it, say I did it. But listen, I didn't feel right about that San Francisco 49er. I did not. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But this year feels different. So F what the haters say, man. Love your team, love your quarterback, man. And if Jerry are racist, so what? It ain't going to affect your choices anyway. So, hey, man, you already know what it is. It's your boy West Coast. You can catch me tomorrow morning at between 10 a.m. and 11. I live a cowboy life, so I don't ever go live at the same time because my life is not good enough to be doing the same thing at the same way every day. You know what I'm saying? Handy to HTM, let them know when you're going live again. Let them know when your next article.
Yeah, man, I actually going to drop some stuff tomorrow morning. It's pretty much going to be a critique on the same thing we talked about earlier. It's going to be a critique about Shady McCoy's comments about our quarterback and they have any validity. And shit, I'll be going live sometime tomorrow. I'm the same way as you, man. I got family and a wild schedule, so ain't no telling, but I'm going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, man, y'all keep up.
I got about 5 things of content dropping tomorrow, too, man. And for, like, True Vibe, she said that she didn't get the notification. That's been happening lately. I would say this. Everybody, go ahead and put the hump day on your calendar. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know why, but sometimes people not getting these notifications. Be looking for us to come up around 8 or 9 Central. Those are the times that we go usually kind of pop up. So kind of if I know a lot of y'all kind of like the vibe between Henny, West Coast, and Boss. If you like that vibe, just know that this gonna be the hump day on Wednesday and just kind of set your schedule to it. Put your kids to bed a little bit early because we gonna be rocking around 8 or 9 Central.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit after that, but it's gonna always be in that window. Sorry about that, True Vibes. But y'all keep y'all notifications on because we gonna be on the schedule.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. We respect fire. You feel me? That's why you got guys. You got me up here. I got over 100,000 followers. Boss got over 100,000 followers. Then you got my cousin who just literally started content creating 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? We don't respect numbers. We respect fire, bruh. We respect the man with the big pistol. You feel me? So listen to me. I want y'all to know, bruh. I'm all about putting people in the game. I'm all about people putting content out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you this right here. I actually learned this from Boss. I did learn this from Boss. I learned that it's not really content creator versus content creator. It's content creators versus ESPN.
Yep.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's right.
So listen to me. We will do a better job of making sure we all collapse so that you guys know that we're all cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like y'all feel if you don't see us, like there's some, people think, oh my God, Boss Cowboy and West Coast, they don't, no, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? Andre 3000 and Big Boy, listen, what did he say? My boy just wanted to do a little acting. That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? So, like, folks got their own things they be wanting to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Like,
bro.
folks just be having their own thing. They be like, people
do a little acting.
Yeah, people literally tried to say that Outkast was beefing, and it wasn't even beef. Andre 3000 wanted to go be an actor. He wanted to go be an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Dope, bro.
So what did he do? He said, and then what did Big Boy do? So I'm gonna support you, and then hey, I'm gonna go act myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, so I want y'all to always know that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, as long as you're not watching ESPN and First Take and those bums, make sure you're supporting these content creators. You feel me? Make sure you're supporting these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, even if we may disagree on a point, or we might disagree on a war, we all agree on the battle, bruh. We all agree on the battle. We all fighting the same fight. We may disagree on different angles on how to attack, but at the end of the day, bro, we all trying to take the Eagle Empire down. We're all rebels, bro. We're all a part of the rebel nation. All of us. All of us. We're all a part of the rebel nation. He may live in the desert region. I live in the jungle region. But at the end of the day, we're all rebels, bro. We're all rebels. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate all you guys, and I appreciate my fellas who came on tonight, man. Hey, make sure you guys support these guys and continue to love on each other, man. I let y'all know. You already know what it is. Never look down because the star is up. And, hey, I'm going to tell you this last thing before I get out of here. Let the Eagles talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. The end of the game is going to be the biggest talking point we'll have. You guys already know what it is. Never look down because stars up. Peace.